Hello, everybody, and welcome to the spoiler-free review discussion of the Sonic movie. We have so many people here with us, and to not waste any of your valuable Tales channel viewer time, I'm not going to introduce everybody because I'm sure Ryan will put some fancy graphic below everyone's sternum. It'll be fine. So, the way we're gonna structure it is we're all gonna ask somebody else a question, similar to the other discussions we've done in the past on Tales channel. I'm only looking at one camera. There's another camera over there. There's so many cameras. So we're actually starting right behind me with Lourdes. So take it away, Lourdes.
Alrighty, Sam.
Yes.
Okay, so how accurate did you feel Sonic's character was compared to the
I thought his character was very accurate, especially near certain parts of the movie. I do think, because I don't want to get into spoilers, I'm going to be talking very generalistic about the movie. I think all of us are, by the way. But I think they structured his character very well. They captured Sonic's essence, his attitude. This isn't exactly the same Sonic at times. You can definitely tell this is more of a kid type version of Sonic, which you could tell from the trailers. He does seem very much like a kid that can't be tamed, and he wants to go running, and like he doesn't really want to follow what anyone says. He just wants to go. But at times it does feel like Sonic's character is captured very well in this movie. But there is also times where it shows that there's definitely a build with his character a bit. So yes, I do like Sonic's characterization in this movie, and it was captured very well.
Nice.
All right. Nobody wants to add anything? We can move right on. Do you have a question?
No, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, of course. So, what did you think about Dr. Robotnik in terms of, the way he was acting and his relationship with Sonic and Tom? The way his dynamic was with them.
That's an awesome question, because I loved him a lot. He was great. Jim Carrey is one of my favorite actors. I just love all of his movies. Dumb and Dumber is, I think, a movie I've watched at least 15 times, and I laugh every single time.
Yep.
And to me, Jim Carrey playing Robotnik in this movie was really perfect, because when you see Eggman in the games, like let's say Lost World or Unleashed or something, like he's so over the top and like grandiose with his actions and how he behaves. And it felt like if anyone was going to play him, I was hoping it'd be someone who could have that range. So, seeing Jim Carrey get up there and just kind of bust some moves and just have a great time doing it, like you could tell he had a great time. And that was, like, in watching anything, I'm really glad to see someone doing something on screen having a good time doing it. So, like we are with this. It's a good time. I hope you enjoy it. But, I think that was great. I think he was a great choice. As for his relationships with the characters, without going too in-depth, obviously, I feel like his relationship with Sonic didn't really... It didn't really pop up as much as I really wanted it to until, like, the very, later half.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's spoilery. I mean, like, because he knows about Sonic. It's just, there's not a lot of interaction between them two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But him and Tom, I think, have a very good dynamic. It's almost kind of like what I would have wanted Sonic and Robotnik to be like throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it's interesting because, I mean, I almost feel like Tom is like an extension of Sonic at times.
Yeah.
Like when they're both like bugging Robotnik about stuff.
Like
they do
it
it
feels
together.
similar, like a monkey see, monkey do, and then by later on, then Sonic is like, he already knows how to do it because Tom's like almost like a father figure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that way. But yeah, I would have liked to see him interact a little bit more, but I think the way Tom and him react is fantastic, and I think it was a highlight for me.
Right, that was cool.
Alrighty, nobody's got anything to add. Let's move right on.
All right. What did you think, Dave Ace, in reference to Sonic's redesign? Do you think it improved the movie in terms of like as a whole? Obviously, we know it improved his character design.
Yeah.
But if they kept his old character design, do you think it changed? The movie would have been different from how you feel it now, or do you think like that redesign helped beyond just the fact that Sonic looks different?
Personally, from me, the old design I don't think would have would have done the movie justice, if that makes sense. It would have done the writing justice, because with this redesign, the way that Tyson did it, you did an amazing job, Tyson.
Yes.
he's more expressive. I feel like he was a lot more expressive than the old design because there were some cutscenes that they showed off in the first trailer that was like, that's Sonic, but he just doesn't have the expression. And then when they showed off the redesign and everything else, like just the scene where he has the fish on his head, it was just like. I couldn't stop rewatching that since it came out because
was that the first clip they released?
I think so.
That was like the first full clip for the movie.
Yeah, the first full clip.
Aside from like just the general design change, I think so.
Yeah.
After watching the movie, I think that's when his face is animated the best. So I would not be surprised if that was strategical. Like they were like, "This is our best scene. Let's put it out there."
Probably. But yeah, the old design I don't think would have done really well expressing everything they had for the movie. I think the redesign definitely pushes what they were trying to go for with the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I have something to
Yeah,
add on
go
to
for
that.
it.
So, adding on to your comment there, I remember seeing in an interview Ben Schwartz mentioned that he was so glad that he saw this redesign because I don't know if he said it was Jeff Fowler or whoever was working with him.
Yeah, it was Jeff.
He said that Ben felt like this version of Sonic was what he would look like as Sonic, the way he was acting, everything, even his facial expressions, everything was what he wanted Sonic to be, right?
Yeah.
That's why with the old design we wouldn't have been able to see that because he was like when he was screaming in the other one, like I even thought he didn't really look scared, like when he was screaming. Yeah, but the new one actually looks terrifying.
Yeah, he looks terrified.
So
I mean, I know I will actually add on to this, and this isn't a spoiler, but for most people, when they see a video game character, or an animated character in a movie, you're probably worried with how much screen time they're going to have. Well, don't worry. Sonic is in this movie a lot, and that's a good thing.
He's
that's
in
what
almost
you want.
every scene.
And that's really important, especially when he's on camera a lot, is to make sure that the audience can connect with him and his emotions, and you can definitely get that in this movie because his facial expressions are really good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, a lot of the narrative weight is like the comparison is going to be drawn regardless to Detective Pikachu, so I might as well talk about it. But like for example, from the beginning of Detective Pikachu, you follow the human character, and then you meet Pikachu later. So as a result, he's kind of tacked on. Whereas Sonic, it immediately is about him right off from the get-go, and so you're attached to that character. It's the first character you meet and see, and so Tom is actually secondary.
Yeah.
So it really helps the movie go forward.
Yeah.
That's all I think we can add about
It's
that.
a Sonic movie.
It's
It's not
a Sonic movie.
It's a Sonic movie.
It's not a Tom and Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of is. But it's a Sonic and Tom movie, not a Tom and Sonic movie.
But we like Tom. So
Yeah.
No, Tom
is great.
Tom's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, the human characters were well done.
All right.
bring it on, Dave.
This is going to be a big one.
Do it. Let's do it. I can talk.
Okay. Out of all the voice actors,
Oh.
and now seeing the Sonic movie, how do you like Ben?
Oh, do you mean like all Sonic voices?
Out of all Sonic voices, how do you like
Woo!
Ben's portrayal?
Oh boy.
So, Ben Schwartz's Sonic is still developing. It's very evident. I think they had to change Sonic's character, and I think that some people's in their reaction to the film are focusing on what Sonic is missing. But after watching the film, it feels very intentional. It's essential to Sonic's character growth in the film to have these elements stripped away. And I think it contributes to part of why we want a sequel, or at least me personally, why it seems like a lot of people want a sequel, because he still is Sonic, but he is missing traits that would be really great to see how he achieves those traits.
Yeah.
And it would feel really satisfying. And so it's very hard to say that Ben is my favorite now. However, I think he's on the track to being my favorite. I'm so biased because I've grown up with the series. So, like, it's going to be very hard to plateau a Ryan Drummond approach because as I was a kid looking for, like, leadership and, like, role models, like, of course you gravitate to those flawless, like, completed characters when you're not looking for those flaws as an adult. Because as an adult, you're more jaded. You're looking for, like, where things come from a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn the screen on because it's making me
Sonic's
nervous.
a good role model because he rolls a lot.
Anyway, Ben is a very, very close second. I'm confident that he will eventually get to first place.
Yes.
I think he's on the right track, but not quite there yet, but there's a lot of bias there.
Yeah.
So, you've seen the movie, obviously, now, and you've seen how Sonic-y it is, how un-Sonic-y it is in certain places. What would you change specifically about this movie without going into spoiler territory to make it feel more Sonic-y? Like, without changing it too much.
Wow.
Time to get creative.
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. Huh. So, okay, I think without getting into spoiler territory, I think there were times where the character, like if he was by himself, if a character has went off to do something and he's just hanging out by himself, I think it would have been more Sonic-y if he's like the idle animations in the games.
Yeah.
I think it would have been so Sonic if he's like dusting off his shoe. Like whenever he like taps his shoe on the ground, or when he
Like, lays down and he's like...
Yeah, I know he does tap his foot and stuff at times. I mean, you've seen that expressed in the movie, but I think it just would have been so funny if he's doing all those little other idle animations that he does.
And like on the in the scene in the hotel where he's
where he's
like doing the like unbalanced
off
animation.
balance. Yeah, that's good. But I think in terms of animations, I think it would have been cool if they added slightly more to it. Like, it was there, but I wanted a little more from that.
Yeah, like push it a little bit further.
Yeah.
I would have gone a little bit with music too, because there were some parts that the music just felt really generic. Like we were talking about this earlier, where like this sounds like it could be in anything.
Yeah.
Like I know they do some stuff here and there, but like just push it a little farther, like just go a little bit more.
When we were talking about that earlier, I was talking about how, like, of course, with something like Sonic, you don't want to alienate the general audience, and so, of course, I'm almost positive, I don't know this is an assumption, but Jeff Fowler, of course, wants to make this digestible for a general audience, and so there are definitely things you have to strip away from Sonic to kind of make it more digestible, and it seems like in this film, one of those things was how Sonic music sounds. They've generalized a little bit. So yeah, to kind of add to the question that was asked, I would definitely just put a little bit more Sonic-y sounds in there, just a little bit more. There is still some. Yeah. There's still some moments, and when they're there as a fan, it's magical. But it could be more. But I mean, we're Sonic fans. It's a room of Sonic fans. Of course, it's what we want. Of course. Yeah. So I mean. Yeah.
Like I would have loved Crush 40 in there, but again, general public, I don't know.
I think it would be entirely possible to have Jun Sonoy do like a solo in another song.
If even just some guitar riffs or something.
Yeah, something. That I think is doable. It's like because we as the fans would be able to hear that it's Jun Sonoy, but everyone else would just hear a guitar, and like it's not going to alienate anybody. It's a guitar. I don't know about Johnny singing. Some people might be like it's just not the sound
it's not the style of today, that's
Yeah.
why there's 2 rap songs that were made for the movie and no Crush 40. What do they call it?
Opal.
The genre? It's like it's a very specific kind of rock, but I don't know what do they call it.
Well, we know it as butt rock.
Butt rock, yeah. That's
rock.
That's probably a belittling term. I'm sure there's a better term for it, but
we call it
cheesy rock.
awesome.
Right.
But that is what the fan base calls it, so let's go with it. So now it's actually time for me to ask Lourdes a question. So Lourdes, get a good look at my Adam's apple.
Oh boy!
Who do you think this film is for the most? Gamers, kids, parents, Sonic fans, everyone? Did they succeed? What do you think?
So, I think they were mostly trying to do age group kind of thing.
Which age group specifically?
Like worrying about the age group, not necessarily like gamers or like just age group of all, from all backgrounds.
Okay.
I think they were trying, and they did succeed in trying to evenly speak to all of them, like all age groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the jokes either felt like they were for kids or for adults. There was no blur line compared to SpongeBob. In SpongeBob they're not doing jokes that are just for kids and for adults. It's one joke that both age groups can appreciate. Yeah. But
that's really tricky, but I agree.
Yeah, but in the movie it's one or the other.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah, so I only audibly sighed at 2 jokes.
That's it's pretty good.
But
she sighs at all my jokes.
Out of maybe 20 or so, so that's a pretty good ratio.
Nice.
On that topic, do you think that they use... I was just thinking about this because I was trying to put it together in my head. Do you think they used the adult characters to tell the adult jokes and made Sonic tell the childish jokes? Or, because I feel like sometimes there was a bit of a mix.
Yeah, there was a mix.
Cause but then I remember a lot of the jokes where you said you sighed at. I probably know the ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
I probably did too, and it was all him because he's a kid.
Yeah, Sonic was the only one doing like the very kid jokes.
So maybe
but he was also doing adult jokes.
It's kind of acceptable then,
It's
I
kind
guess.
of weird. Like I guess it makes sense for him to do it.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, that's something that I'd have to check out when we rewatch it, right?
Mhm.
Like, is that the case? I don't know.
I'm gonna watch that again. Yeah.
So, before we move over, we literally are gonna move to Sam's channel. Does anyone have anything that's non-spoiler they want to talk about? No?
I think it would just, like, as like a final say, like as the final verdict, if you're a Sonic fan, and I think we would all agree, if you're a Sonic fan, definitely see this movie. If you like movies in general, or if you have kids, it is a good movie, like, in general. Yeah, of course, it's not, like, the most unique thing you've ever seen, but it's a good time regardless. And I think almost anyone will enjoy it if you're an adult or if you're a youngster.
This is something I said at dinner after we saw the movie. I think the crowning achievement of this film, and I mean, it's the hardest thing to do with a Sonic property. Not many try to do it, and this film does try, is uniting the fragmented ideas of what Sonic brings. Like, you're given all the source material and none of it connects. Almost none of it connects. Yeah. But, like, being in the theater and seeing the ideas that it presents and the pacing and how fast it's bringing you all these ideas, you can see the passion in how many ideas they're throwing at you and how fast and how much fun they're having with it. That is what's impressive about the film. Sure, not every joke hits, but you see the passion through how many ideas they're uniting into one world. They're building a world, and it sets the stage for a world you want to see more of. Regardless of if you think this is like a fantastic film or not, it builds a world that I personally want to see more from. I don't know if any more closing statements.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to say that when we were first getting like details about this movie, and I mean, of course, the design was a little bit of a driving factor behind opinions.
Yes.
I really didn't think this was going to be anything special. I thought it was going to be really cliche. I thought it was going to be like every other animated character comes to the real world movie we've ever seen. But, I'm very happy to say, as time went on and they showed more stuff, it definitely changed my mind. Even going into it, I was still a little worried I was going to come out not liking it, but I kind of loved it. Like, at the end, I turned to everybody, I was like, this is really great. I was I couldn't actually believe how much I enjoyed it, and I am eager to see it again and again, and buy it on Blu-ray, and buy the merch. Yeah. It's on the Sega shop, go get it.
So, we'll see you, we'll see you on Sam's channel for the spoiler discussion. So after you've seen the film, go check out our spoiler discussion on Sam's channel. I think they'll be uploaded around the same time. It can't be much longer. Yeah. I have no idea how much editing is going to be done. So hopefully it's available now. If not, Ryan probably will have some sort of text letting you know if it is or not. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to move on to a more unstructured discussion where we're just chilling and talking spoilers of the movie. So yeah, we'll see you guys in, I have no idea how long it's going to take.